The message I got for the collective today is stop chasing. It's futile and tiring. And yes, I totally agree with Spirit. It is futile and tiring and exhausting. And so I did do some channeling, which I will share with you. And then we'll draw 3 cards. And I was guided that the 3 cards we're going to draw are going to speak to what you need to remember, what you need, what to take less seriously, and what to focus your attention on. But let's start by telling you the message. So it's stop chasing. It's futile and tiring. Perfection is already here on this earth. Does the sun not rise at the right time? Does the moon not pull the tides at the right time? Do the flowers, trees, fruit, plants not grow at the right time naturally for us? When we try to fit something, people, places, things, beauty into a box and label it perfect, then it is imperfect, and it takes work to keep the facade in place. Just be. Drop the idea of having to work hard to appear a certain way. You are who you are for a reason, and you have your special gifts and talents for a reason. Use them wisely. Enjoy life more. The small things add together to make bigger experiences. Always remembering. Sometimes the handwriting is so hard to read. Always remembering your soul chose this path for a reason, even if you cannot seem to understand it right now. And I actually started channeling the message really early this morning, and I just popped it on a post-it note, and then, so I could sit with it a little bit later. And it was give up the idea of perfection. What is perfection? Nature is perfect. Ecosystems are perfect. You as the natural you is perfect. So let's draw some cards. Let's see what comes out the deck. I am reading with the Light Seekers Tarot, but I'm reading with the mini deck, which is really lovely because it's quite easy, much easier to shuffle. She says drop in a whole lot of cards, but it's much easier to shuffle. And one more card. Oh, that flew away. I will just go and get it. Hold on a second. Okay. So, I'll show you the cards that I got for what you need to remember. These cards all came out together. I got the Tower, Page of Pentacles, King of Wands. What you need to remember: when you have a Tower moment, it's a wake-up call. It's usually something that isn't that pleasant, okay? And some of us are warned about Tower moments, so we can actually sort of either head them off at the pass, or they're not as heavy or as big. But some of us just go walk head first into Tower moments. And the reason why we get Tower moments, it's usually that we're either heading in the wrong direction, we're heading down a path that's not really going to serve us, that is not good for us, and we are not listening to Spirit, we're not listening to our intuition, we are not getting the subtle hints and signs along the way. And so Spirit takes control of the situations that you really need to listen, and you get a Tower moment. So for example, I'm sure you've heard lots of stories before where people have not listened, and they, maybe a job that's not good for them, and then all of a sudden they lose their job, or they get very ill and they aren't able to work, and so they have to change their focus, things like that. So what Spirit is saying is you have to remember, when you have these Tower moments, they are there for a reason. They're there to wake you up. They're there to take the blinders and the blinkers off. But we are always given other opportunities. We are always given an out. We are always given other doors, other avenues to explore. And that comes up, all these 3 cards actually popped out together at the same time. So we are reminded that we are always given Page of Pentacles, new beginnings. It's a new adventure. The page is curious, eager, excited, wanting to learn something, and also start a new adventure. And because it's Pentacles, it's going to be something that's meaningful to us in this life, in this human life. So it'll be your work, your home, your finances, your family, friends, social situations, things that you can see, feel, touch, smell, or that you could use your 5 senses on, okay? But that is saying that there will be opportunity, and an opportunity will present itself to go down another avenue, to explore another path, to explore something further, and not to feel what was taken away from you or what you got woken up from is necessarily a loss, okay? And we've also got the King of Wands showing us we can move forward with purpose, we can move forward with speed. It doesn't have to be a slow process. We can move forward and make decisive decisions even though something was taken away from us, even though our core was shaken from this tower moment. In essence, we are still us. You know, we've still got all the gifts and the talents. We've got what we've learned, what we've accumulated in our lifetimes to draw on, so that we are able to come to grips with what we are being shown. King of Wands, we've got the Lion, who is ultimately the king of the jungle. So he is confident. He is. He knows the lion knows who he is, or the lioness knows who she is. I mean, the lion knows who they are. They know. They walk with confidence. They don't bow down and give in and roll over and it's just too much. No, they are patient when they need to be patient. They are aggressive when they need to be aggressive. They survey, the savannah, and they look and they get the lay of the land. And so when your tower moment happens, yes, something was taken away from you, but not everything was taken away from you. You are still being given opportunities. There are still doors opening for you if you'll look and see. And you can go forward with confidence. Don't let that tower moment take your confidence away. There's so much in you that you can draw on. There's so much that you can learn from that lesson. And Spirit is still walking with you. Source, the divine, your angels, your guides, they're still there with you to show you how to get back onto the path. What to take less seriously? I got the Ace of Wands. And I'm going to ask just for a clarifying card, because the Ace of Wands, the High Priestess. Okay, give me a moment here. Let me just feel into this. What is this message? What you need to take less seriously? Okay. Okay, so there's been a big change and movement in the spiritual arena, in the spiritual community. Okay, there's more and more people waking up, which is absolutely fantastic and wonderful. There's more and more people holding light, holding space. There's more and more people getting into the esoteric work. And it's becoming a little bit more mainstream, whereas before it was a little bit woo-woo and people were a little bit nervous of it, and you were either, doing something of the devil, or it wasn't accepted. So that's just really, really great that it has become a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more accepted, and because there's so much to learn from it, and so much knowledge and wisdom sitting in the mystical and in the spiritual realm. But what I feel that you have to take really seriously is because it's become so mainstream. We see a lot of things on social media, so a lot of things, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I'm not on Twitter, but maybe it is on Twitter, I don't know. Movies. And I feel that Spirit is saying here, okay, Spirit is saying here that don't get too sucked in to all the woo-woo, okay? And how it relates to the message, stop chasing, it's futile and tiring, is maybe we are chasing. I mean, everybody wants answers. The world is difficult to live in. It really is. It's tiring, it's exhausting. We all are in the matrix. A lot of us are trying to escape it and look for other avenues to make our living and to actually enjoy the life that we have been blessed with, and enjoy the life that we've come here to live, because we should be living lives of abundance and blessings and joy and fulfillment, because that is actually what we live in. We live in a world of perfection. We live in a world of beauty and abundance and wonders and joy, and we're not all enjoying it. So we do look, people are looking to how to escape that, and how do we do it more. But I do feel that some of us can go down rabbit holes, especially with the whole spiritual thing. Like if you look online, everyone's telling you to do something different. Everyone's telling you that you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to cleanse this, you need to do that, you need to be carrying these crystals, you need to be meditating X amount of time, you need to be singing and making noises, you need to be doing. So it can be overwhelming, and it can actually be a little bit confusing. But we could get trapped in that whole thing of chasing after those things because we think it's going to make everything perfect. It's going to make us perfect. It's going to make our situation perfect. So yes, we need to be doing spiritual practices. I really do believe that, and we need to be living as our authentic self, and we need to be listening to spiritual leaders, good spiritual leaders and good spiritual mentors, because there is definitely truth, and there's definitely goodness, and we can learn a lot. But I think it's warning us not to go down these rabbit holes of thinking that if we wear a crystal around our neck, says she who's actually got a quartz on, that it's going to suddenly give us infinite wisdom, and it's going to connect us, and we're going to suddenly become really, really psychic. Yes, it can happen to some people, but at the same time, not everybody is meant to go down those paths and those routes. What you need to be focusing your attention on, which came out the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about, in the traditional tarot, it's a card of an apprenticeship. And what is an apprentice? An apprentice is somebody who works underneath a master and learns a skill, which actually ties in really perfectly with what we should be taking less seriously. If you're wanting to master a certain art, you're wanting to master, I don't know, some kind of divination practice, you want to master some kind of spiritual practice. I mean, this really ties in with a reading I did not so long ago about not chasing everything and doing everything at once. I will link the video at the end of this video. I'll link to it so that you can go and have a look if you feel like you'd like to. But this is saying, so what you need to be focused and paying attention on is learning the skill that you are wanting to get into, and not delving into so many different practices that it's all overwhelming and you're not really focusing on anything. And how does stop chasing? It's futile and tiring. So it's stop chasing all these different things. Stop chasing trying to be good at everything and trying to be perfect at everything, and comparing yourself to others who have really acquired that knowledge, and so you work harder at it. No, stop. Focus on one thing. Learn it. Embody it into your being, into your daily life, into your daily practices, and see where it leads you, and get to know something well. You know, for example, like if you are just starting out and you're learning to work with your spirit guides or your spirit animal, don't just go into 1 or 2 meditations and, oh, I've connected with my spirit guides and that's it. You need to form a relationship with them, because you want them to guide you. You want to be able to hear them. You want to be able to tap into them. You want to be knowing when it's actually your spirit guide or when it's your ego or your head speaking. You need to learn their voices. Okay? And that takes time. It takes time, it takes practice. Like anything, you get better the more you do it. So take the time and the energy to learn the practice, to perfect it, okay? Not just jumping down all the rabbit holes and jumping on the bandwagon of this whole spirituality and being a dark goddess is being sexual and vampish. Learn actually what it is. What is it to work with a dark goddess? Why has they come out, and why is it telling us to be in touch and connect with our deep feminine aspects of us? Why? It's not about being all sexy. Part of it is, but look at learn about the bigger picture. Why the dark goddesses as opposed to the light goddesses? What is the difference? How do you embody the different kind of goddesses? How do you bring them together? Because together they will give you the healed feminine, okay, the healed feminine aspect. How do you bring that together? So those are the things that you've got to learn. How do you learn them? You find a mentor, you find a guide, you go on a recommended course. Because of course, as with everything, you need to use your discernment, you need to use your intuitive discernment. Not everyone out there is a good teacher. Not everyone else is teaching good things. Okay? It's as with anything in this world. So that's what you need to be looking at. And then I think that you will find that the universal timing is perfect. And there's this thing around universal timing, and people, it takes so long, because you need to remember that there is no linear time on the other side. Okay, there's no linear time. That's a man-made construct. But at the same time, when we say it is in perfect timing, it's because when you get into the right alignment and the right vibration, it naturally flows to you and it naturally comes to you. And that is the perfect timing, because you are in the right space. You are able to hold the space. You are able to hold the energies that come in with it. You are able to hold the magic that comes in with what you are asking for and wanting to manifest. So yes, so just be like, that you will have had a tower moment recently or heading for one. So this is your warning. If you are heading for one, you'll know if you're heading for one. Trust me, there are signs and all over. You will know if you're heading for one. And this is saying, take it on the chin, because it's telling you, it's waking you up and saying, maybe you're going in the wrong direction. Maybe you're having to change a lifestyle. Maybe you have to change your way of thinking. Maybe you're having to change something. And it's not something, it's not just a tweak, it's something bigger than that, okay? You're having to change something. But know that you've always got these opportunities and the ways of emerging from there stronger and more powerful. And don't go down rabbit holes of trying to fit into this world and trying to be perfect and trying to be like other people. No, that's not what you are. You're here to do something amazing, and you have got special gifts and talents and skills. Learn them, hone them, work on them. Bring them into the world. The world needs you. The world needs to hear your voice. The world needs to hear what you have to say. Let me just see if there's anything else. Is there anything else further that you want me to speak about? No, just your true authentic you, the one that you probably, parts of that you hide from yourself or hide from the world. Look at them. Look at those parts. Examine those parts. You were made beautifully, a whole. You were made a whole person, a whole being. And being in this world, trying to show up a certain way, we definitely hide parts of ourselves, because that's not really probably accepted or considered the norm. But I challenge you to look at those aspects of yourself in a loving, considered way. Why are you hiding them? What is it that you find hard to look at? And why do you find it hard to look at? It's challenging for all of us to do that shadow work and to work with that. But just be. That is your message that Spirit is giving to you. Stop chasing. Well, I do hope this reading resonated with you. And please remember to like, share and subscribe. And I look forward to reading for you next time.